Hi guys, I'm Rohit Khurana, your host for Intellect Digest, and we are with Hugo Barra, who is the Vice President of Xiaomi India, and he has been handling Xiaomi globally as well. He is the product guy, ex-Googler, and he's very fond of good quality products. I have experienced Xiaomi products, and trust me, they are really good in terms of user experience. We are going to fire some quick questions at Hugo and ask him about his India plans. So we'll start with our questions. First of all, welcome Hugo, and congratulations on the successful launch of Mi 3 as well as the Redmi 1S, which is going to hit India soon.
Yeah.
And I think both are very good value products, and I'm sure the Redmi 1S will also do as well as the Mi 3 is doing.
Thank you very much.
So how has the response been so far in India? I know that all the units have been sold out as of now.
Yeah.
So what's the number that we are looking at which is already sold, and what are the numbers that you are looking in next 2 to 3 months?
Yeah. So we've sold by now, I believe, over 100,000 devices. We actually just had our sale today.
Wow.
2.4 seconds as well.
Wow.
I think about 20,000 devices sold in 2.4 seconds. So that was great. So great success so far. But more importantly, we've learned a lot over the last month and a half. We've learned a lot of things from users here in India. First of all, we've learned that users in India are the most demanding customers ever in the entire world. We've really learned that quality here matters more than in any other market, and of course, it helps us raise our bar even more, and that's a great thing. We've also learned a few things, for example, like the fact that if you're launching a new device, you have to sell accessories with it on day one. Right? We've heard that loud and clear, so we're responding and we're making sure that when we launch Redmi 1S, there will be.
It's a very good initiative, and I think it's a very nice feedback that you have learned from India.
We're listening and trying to respond to everything.
So how many new devices do we see going forward, say in a time span of next 3 to 6 months? Redmi 1S has already been announced, and I believe the Note is coming after that. So
That's right.
What do we see in the roadmap beyond these two devices?
So Mi 3 already out, Redmi 1S next week on September 2nd. Redmi Note is coming in a few weeks as well. We haven't finalized the date yet because we're still looking at some logistics and some planning. We also have Mi 4 coming at the very end of the year. It'll be a 5-mode LTE device, and then and we have some other things going on, but not ready to talk about those yet.
Anything around Diwali? Diwali is a big festival for India.
Diwali is coming up, right? So we're obviously are hoping that our devices will sell really well during the Diwali festival. I will be here in India personally, so looking forward to enjoying my first Diwali as well. No new products, coming for Diwali other than what we've already talked about and maybe Redmi Note.
Since the Mi 3 has been in great demand and has been selling out in flash sale, as you just mentioned, in just a couple of seconds it goes away out of stock. So the demand is exceptionally high, and it's much larger than the units that you are bringing to India. So are you working on ramping up that unit or number of units, or do you see that Mi 4 will come and eventually replace it, and it will ease out the demand on Mi 3? How is the balance going to be like?
Right. So we are overall looking to increase the volume of products that we make available here in India. The majority of the ramp is actually going to come from Redmi 1S.
Okay.
It's a device that we can more easily manufacture more of. Mi 3 is still a pretty competitive supply chain, partly because we are sort of refactoring some of that capacity to Mi 4, right, which we have to ramp up. And Mi 3 is still in very high demand in every market that we're in. So because we have very limited manufacturing capacity, then we have to make some choices, right? So Mi 3 will continue, but we're not going to be able to significantly increase the volume for right now. But of course, we are introducing some new devices, and we're hoping that obviously with those we'll be able to meet demand a bit more than we have been so far. So this is a problem that we think about every day. This keeps me up at night.
It's a nice problem to have, but again,
up to a certain
it's a challenge.
It's a challenge, and people don't like if they're disappointed over and over and over.
Exactly.
So I worry about that every day. It's a problem that truly keeps me up at night.
Right. Next question is personally from me, being a geek, I come from engineering background and I love playing around with technology. So how can we become, or anyone of our viewers who are watching this video, they can participate in the beta testing program and get access to the latest devices as well as the software MiUi? I think it's an amazing piece of software. So how can we enroll for the beta?
So the best way to be eligible for the beta programs, as I mentioned earlier, we had a beta program. We actually are running a beta program from Redmi on S right now. We have only 100 users in it, but it's a good number to get a lot of feedback going. We'll have an even larger number of beta users for the next device, which will be Redmi Note. The best way to enroll is to become a user on MiUi.com, which is our MiUi forum. So we have in the MiUi forum, you get points for certain things if you are an active participant. So we have a point minimum of 50 points. If you have 50 points in the forum, then you're eligible to become a beta tester. And getting 50 points is actually not that hard. You just have to be active for a few days. And then because we want to really give users who understand what we're doing, who are big critics of MiUI and who are going to be giving us a lot of feedback. We want those users to be beta testing because that means they'll be very demanding and they'll pay close attention to the detail. The beta is not a giveaway, right? We get the device back later. The beta is really about using a device in a very dedicated manner for a few weeks.
So now you know it, guys, how to do it right from Hugo, and go ahead and sign up on MiUi.com and earn some points. You can be the next beta tester for Xiaomi. So that's something which I think geeks would really want to do, and testing out new software and new hardware.
We would love to have more people join us. We have amazing discussion in the beta forum. We have a private beta forum only for users who are in the forum, where everyone talks openly about issues. There's a lot of love, but there's a lot of criticism as well, which is what we want to hear. And then we do some offline get-togethers. Just 2 days ago, I hosted a lunch in Bangalore with some of the beta testers. I'm hosting an event tonight here in Delhi as well with some of the beta testers and more fans. So we'd love to have more people join. So please come to MiUi.com and register in the forum.
Sure. And now talking about India as a market for Xiaomi, where does it rank in volumes, for Xiaomi, and where do you see it, the way it is progressing? Where do you see it in the near future?
So it's still fairly small, obviously, because we've only gotten started here. So it's still a small market for us. But I would expect, if things continue to go well for us, and we'll obviously be working very hard towards that. That India could become our second largest market
after China.
After China, in relatively short order. And if you're thinking about the span of a couple of years, I think India could become a market as big as China for us.
I would like to see that because I really like the products, and people are also appreciating the product quality. And we have done a lot of video reviews of Xiaomi products, so make sure you check out those videos. I'm leaving some direct links in the description below this video. So we come to the next question, which is about service. This is something which is very critical for Indian buyers, and as a matter of fact, for any country, India being a very diverse and large geographically. So how many service centers you have? What is the number of exclusive and partner service centers, and what are the ramp up plans? I'm asking you this question because our readers, viewers, and people who want to buy Xiaomi have this question in back of their mind when they product. So it's better to ask the bosses, they know the best about it.
So very important question, and we understand the importance of service from our experience in other markets, but we particularly understand how critical that is here. India is actually the only market that we've explored so far where the service center network is a principal decision factor in the purchase.
Right.
Which I find very interesting and of course delightful. So we're obviously responding to that, doing what we normally would do, but accelerating our plans even more, which is to put a lot of emphasis on building a service network, but paying really close attention to the exclusive service centers, right? And you might even call them experience centers because that's how we see them.
Right.
Those are, physical, spaces, stores. I mean, they're small, but they're comfortable and cozy, where you can come not only to get a product fix, you have a problem with your Mi device, but also to ask questions, flash software if you want to try a new version, if you want to move to the developer branch, for example, you can do that in the service center, or download it for yourself. You can install MiUi ROM on any other device. And you can come to experience other devices, other products, even products that we haven't launched yet. So, for example, if you go to the service center, the exclusive service center in Bangalore, you can already experience a Mi TV there. We're going to have one here in Delhi also very soon.
All right.
And we're launching 4 new exclusive service centers in the next 1 to 2 months.
Okay.
in Chennai, in Gurgaon, in Hyderabad, and in Mumbai. Okay. That'll be online in the next 1 to 2 months, and it's the same idea. It's a place where you can come to experience our products, to talk, ask questions. Sometimes we'll have food, and so on and so forth. So a lot of work is going to go into building those.
What is the number of service center network that you have with partners?
So right now we have about 35 or 36 service centers, which includes obviously the multi-brand ones.
Okay.
So we'll be ramping that number fairly quickly.
Okay.
Both obviously the exclusive service centers, which take more time because we have to build them one by one, but then also adding multi-brand service partners to the list and going into tier 2 cities as well, which we haven't done yet.
And as you just mentioned, people can change their device to developer builds, and I also see that you also support routing, and unlike any other brand,
we encourage it.
Yeah, and it does not affect the warranty.
Absolutely not.
So this is something very unique about Xiaomi. If you want to root your device, play around with it. Xiaomi is the only brand which will give you warranty on such devices. So if you are one of those software geeks who wants to play with the phones to the best level, you can get a Xiaomi phone, get a developer build officially from their exclusive stores, or you can do it yourself as well if you're a geek enough, so you can figure out the ways. There are tutorials and everything helps available on the MiUi.com.
Yes. And if you screw up, if you break your device by chance, no problem. Just bring it to the service center. We'll take care of it.
You can catch Hugo on Twitter or Facebook. He's pretty easily accessible, and I really appreciate that.
Thank you, Rohit.
And Hugo, one more question that's more related to a statistical question. It's a data question. If you want to reveal, or if it is allowed, can you tell us approximate percentage of defect that you get in the Mi devices? What is the percentage like, just to give a fair idea to the viewers that how well is the build quality of the products from Xiaomi?
Yeah. So we're doing very well. I can't reveal specific numbers because those are obviously confidential sort of business information. But we're actually doing very well. We're doing much better than industry average.
Okay.
And we're even outperforming some of the top brands out there when it comes to things like DOA percentage and other issues. So we're actually doing quite well. We have a really good hardware team. I'm actually really proud of these guys. What they build is phenomenal. And we have a really good feedback loop between our service operation and our product development operation. Right? So we understand and learn what are the things that lead to device defects. Every time a part is replaced on a device, that part is returned to a central location where it gets analyzed. Every single one of them. It's not a sampling exercise. It's every single part that's replaced and returned to us, we look at very closely so that we understand why it failed, right? And we basically use that as a feedback loop to improve our product development process so that our products get better from one generation to the next. And in fact, even while a product is, the same model is sort of alive during its life cycle, we make changes. We replace components, we use different components, and so on and so forth. Because our products last for a long time. Mi2S, for example, has been around for 2 years now. I think we've just crossed its 2nd year anniversary, which is tremendous. And that device has gone through a lot of component revamps as a result of quality feedback and other things. But so this is something that we take into very serious consideration, because at the end of the day, if you buy a phone and if it fails, right away, or if it fails within a few months, even a year or whatever, then you're going to be disappointed and you're not going to buy from that brand again. Right? So loyalty is a long-term game, and that's why we invest so much in it.
Thank you so much for your time, Hugo. It's been really, informative interaction with you, and I'm sure our viewers will benefit from this interaction. They must have got answers to many questions that they might have on their mind. We'll keep bugging you on social networks with the follow-up questions. So if you have any question you want to ask Hugo, you can leave it in the comment section below this video. We'll ask it to Hugo and get back with the answers, and we'll keep bugging Hugo for that. And he's very kind. He's very kind in answering to our emails and replying to Twitter. So I really appreciate that. Thank you again for your time.
Thank you, Rohit.
Thank you guys for watching this video. This has been an interaction with Hugo. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel by pressing the subscribe button. If you like this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up by pressing the like button. This is your host Rohit Khurana signing off. Thanks for watching.